Should fixed indexed annuities be part of your retirement planning? Can a fixed index annuity increase your income in retirement over just keeping it all in the market? Absolutely. And in this short video, you're going to see why. I'm going to prove it to you. Hello, this is Victor Cuevas with Victor for Advice. And when it comes to retirement planning, a lot of people believe, and you are taught to believe this way by 401k companies and financial advisors, talking heads, that you need to accumulate as much money as you can so you can have a great retirement. Well, it is important to accumulate a lot of money, or as much as you possibly can, but that's not the whole story. You see, when you work with your typical financial advisor, they're going to say, we're going to get you all these great returns. You're going to have this much money when you get to retirement, but they don't talk about income in retirement. And friends, the number one reason that you accumulate retirement plan is to create an income. So income planning becomes the number one objective, not just accumulation of what you're going to put your money into. Income planning, it all boils down to is what paycheck am I going to have in retirement? Will it be enough? And will it last the rest of my life? And this is where all the other financial advisors that have you all in the market, that's where they let you down. That's where it all falls apart. And you're going to learn why in this video. There are three very important things you need to have in retirement. You want to be out of debt, you want to have good health, and you want to have an income for life guaranteed that will never run out, that will never go down, no matter what happens. That's like having a pension plan, but very few people have pension plans. And pension plans with corporate entities are not that safe. So you can actually create your own personal pension plan with a fixed indexed annuity that has an income rider. What's an income rider? An income rider grows those assets and then converts them into a lifetime income that will never run out. Now, this is not annuitization. This is not where you lose control of your money and the insurance company pays you an income. If you die, there's nothing left. No, no, no. This is full control of your money and a lifetime income, so that if you die and there's money left in there, it goes to your heirs. So this is very, very important. People live longer. They live more stress-free lives. They're happier if they have a guaranteed income that will never run out. Every statistics that's ever been done bears that out. So how can you use a fixed index annuity to create a personal pension plan? First of all, let's talk about how your typical financial advisor works. He helps you accumulate money, and then you get to retirement and you go, okay, what are we going to do? I need income. Well, how am I going to live? I'm not working anymore, or I'm not working as much. So he's going to manage your income by managing the money, or he's not going to manage. He's going to give it to a third-party money manager. Most of them, there's fees involved in that as well. And basically, they're going to say you can't take any more than 4% out of your nest egg, because if you take more than 4%, the likelihood of you running out of money before you die goes way up. So if you live a long life and you have all your money in the market, guess what? Chances are you're going to run out of money. Or you're going to have to constantly monitor your spending. Because if you're taking money out of a portfolio that's in the market and the market goes down 30% that year, are you going to take out the same amount of money next year? What if it takes the next 3 years for that account to recover? Remember, you have a nest egg, it goes down 30%, You take out money, 4%. The fees from the advisor comes out. Now you're really in the hole. And if it takes 2, 3, 4 years to recover and you're taking that same amount of money every year, the fees are coming out every year. It could take you a long time to just crawl out of that hole. That's how you're going to run out of money. Okay? So, that's not the best way to do it, but that's the only way they know how to do it. And they will never use an annuity to help you out. So how is that fixed index annuity going to work? Okay, I'm going to give you a quick example of a fixed index annuity with an income rider, how it's going to work to far exceed what keeping your money in the market will do. Now, this is just one example. There are many ways that income riders can work. It's very customizable. Using fixed index annuities, you can do so many different things depending on the individual. I'm giving you one example, just one alone, and you'll see just in this one example how powerful it is to create your own personal pension plan. Okay, here is a spreadsheet. Let me put my glasses on. This is one insurance company, Global Atlantic. This is one of their products. And here's what you do with this one. You put your money into this fixed index annuity. Now it's going to grow in value based on the performance of a stock index. Your money isn't in the stock market. It can go up, it can't go down. But that's not what we're concerned about. We're not concerned about the cash accumulation. We're concerned about creating a pension plan, an income stream. That's the number one thing you have to think about. What kind of income? How much money will my nest egg pay me? So here's a scenario. We have a 62-year-old, let's say a husband is 62 years old. His wife is 60. He wants to retire in 8 years. Let's suppose his nest egg is $500,000 and he's still going to be working. And he's smart because he's going, well, in about 8 years, I'm going to retire. I'm going to need income. I've heard about annuities and income and this, that, and the other. Let me talk to Victor or somebody like him, a safe money guy, and he's smart already. Start thinking about income in retirement. So let's suppose and I'm not going to get into the whole planning thing of it, but let's suppose he takes $250,000 of that $500,000. We don't need to use all the money. $250,000 of that $500,000. If it's a 401k at work, he can take, once he hits 60, he can take a distribution out of that and move half of it out into his own IRA. Keep the other 250 there, continue to contribute if he wants, which he probably will. And now what do we do with this $250,000? Well, in this particular annuity, if you drop it in there, immediately he gets a 15% bonus. You see right here. So he drops 250. There's 37,500 is dropped into there. And that 250,000 now is 287,500. 287,500. Now every year thereafter, until he begins taking income, the insurance company will add 37,500 to this withdrawal base. This withdrawal base is his personal pension. This is guaranteed. We're not concerned about how much money he's going to earn in that annuity. We're concerned about how much income he can generate through the income rider. Do you understand the difference, folks? You have cash value and you have income value. You want to maximize the amount of income that you can draw out in retirement. That's key. An income that will pay for life. And this is a joint. In other words, if the husband dies prematurely while they're drawing income, the wife continues to get the same level of income. There's not a drop in it. Now, I could do this as a single and the income would be higher, but we don't want that because the wife won't be able to continue the same level of income, right? So if you start with 250 and you add 37,500 every single year for 8 years until he's 70 years old, there's $550,000 in that withdrawal base. Now, I want you to think about that. If you go to a financial advisor down the street and say, here's $250,000, I want you to grow it as much as possible, and in 8 years, I want to retire, and I want to start drawing income out of that thing. He's just going to put it in the market. He's not going to put it 100% in the market. He's 60 years old. Ethics will tell him, you just can't drop someone in their 60s into the market 100%. He might have 60 in the market, 50 in the market, 70 in the market, the rest in bonds and other alternative things. And those are going to be fees, a 1.5% fee minimum. And we're going to manage it. And, during that 7 years, the market may go down 1 year, maybe 2. On average, the market goes down 3 times in a 10-year period. I'll tell you what. Trust me, I spent 20 years licensed in securities. I was a fiduciary, an investment advisor. I collected fees. Look, if a financial advisor can grow your 250 to 550 in 8 years, man, he's walking on water. He's a hero. I mean, you could tell, look, my financial advisor grew my 250 to 550 in just 8 years. But I'll tell you right now, almost impossible for a financial advisor collecting his fees to grow your money from 250 to 550 in 8 years. Their goal is to double your money in 10 years, 250 to 550. That's a 7.2% net return every year. He's the hero. He hit it out of the ballpark. He's Babe Ruth of an investor if he can double your money in 10 years. Now, let's just suppose that you left it with somebody at 250 and it grew to 550. How much income could you draw from that? If he got you to 550 in 8 years, you take 4% of that, you're at $22,000 a year income. Is it for the rest of your life? No, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed you'll get to 550. You'll probably be only at 425, maybe 450 if you're lucky with a financial advisor. Then your 4% will be much less. But the $22,000 in this scenario is not guaranteed. What if you start at 70 and you take 22,000 and the next year your account goes down 15, 20, 30%. Are you going to take out 22,000 the next year? You're going to have to think about it. So look at this one. From 250 to 550, this is guaranteed in the contract. If you drop 250,000 in this contract, in this annuity, with Global Atlantic, and you wait 8 years, you will have 550,000 in your withdrawal base, your personal pension. I don't know what your cash value is going to be. Not going to be this. It'll be lower than that, but you're not concerned with that. You're concerned with income, remember? Income. That's what you need. So, 550 guaranteed. Now look over here. This is what you're allowed to withdraw. 5.5% on a joint withdrawal. Now, no other financial advisor is going to allow you to draw 5 and 5.5. He may lose his license. How can you do that? You know very well, every study around, you can't draw 5.5% out of a portfolio year. You better have some money someplace else with that client because you'll spend that to count down at 5.5%. But here, the withdrawal amount is 5.5%, allows that client to take out $30,250 a year for life. That's the pension plan. Can't ever go down no matter what. So you want 22,000 or 30,250, and remember, it's not going to be 22,000 because I will guarantee you almost 100% of the time, no financial advisor is going to grow your money from 250 to 550 in 8 years. Not going to happen. 425, 400, 450. Now, you got an extra bump here. If you land in a long-term care situation, it doubles to 60,000 for a period of time. Pretty nice. Can you do that with keeping your money in the market? No. So why would a client do this with 500,000? Well, it's easy. They know that this is guaranteed. They put 250 in here, let it ride. At age 70, they're going to draw 30,250. Now the other 250, they continue to grow in the market. They may be even adding to it, but they have no clue how much money is going to be there or what income they're going to expect from that in the future at age 70. What happens? They get to 68, boom, drops 40% in the market. Now what? With this, let's suppose they get to 70 with both of their Social Securities, just at a low ball of $3,000 a month for two of them. That's another, what, $36,000 a year in Social Security plus $30,000. Now they're at $66,000 a year guaranteed income, if you want to call Social Security guaranteed. And they still have all this money in the market that they can do whatever they want to with to augment this income. Let's suppose they get to 70 and they really only need about, 20,000 or 25,000 extra on top of this $66,000. Maybe it's 70,000 or more depending on their Social Security. Now they're at $100,000 a year. They had a few extra bucks, and they can then, if their money that's in the market, it has a downturn of 10 or 15 or 20% in 1 year, they don't have to worry about that so much because they've got a guaranteed income stream here. They may get to 70 and maybe that 250 over that 8 years period of time, and they've been adding to it, has doubled to 500,000, and they carve off 200, 250 of that and turn it into another pension plan that pays out immediately, an immediate income, and maybe that pays out another, now they're older, 30,000, 25,000. Now they've got 30,000. They got another, say, low ball at 25,000. That's 50,000. Another $36,000 from the Social Security. Now they're at 86,000, and they're still sitting with 250,000 in the market. Now they have a secured, guaranteed retirement that they don't have to worry about. That's the power of using fixed index annuities in your retirement portfolio. Absolutely, you should be doing it, or at least you should be looking at it. Why? It just makes common sense. You have got to have some type of guaranteed secure income you never have to worry about, and this has a built-in long-term care feature. It doubles your income in case of long-term care. So that's just one example, folks, of the many different ways that you can greatly increase your income and your security for life using fixed index annuities. This is Victor Cuevas, Victor for advice. Give me a call, email me, contact me, let's talk and see how a fixed index annuity could work for you.